it's Jasmine. So today I am going to be doing a full face using one palette. I'm bringing back the series and I'm using the Alter Ego Temptress palette. Now this is pretty much a alternative or a dupe to the Sultry palette by Anastasia, and I personally never bought the palette because I was never super interested in it. But when I got this palette, for some reason, all of a sudden I wanted to put it on my whole face. So here is my rendition of my iconic smoky eye using one palette for my face, brows, eyes. You know what? I'm just gonna let you watch the video, okay? I'm just gonna let you go for it. So I hope you guys enjoy. So I already have my foundation and concealer on because you guys know if you watch this series, that's always excusable. So I am going to probably use this light shade to set my under eyes. Yeah, so I am going to use that with my Sigma F35, and I'm just going to dig my brush in there and set. I did use the Colourpop concealer, so it does crease. That's why I'm just gonna do a light powder for now. If I need more, then I'll go in with more, but I just want to prevent that creasing for now. As far as the colors for brows, I was pleasantly surprised that the browns in here are more neutral cool because that matches my hair, but for the eye, that's pretty much like not what I go for. I love my warm tone smoky eyes, but for brows this palette will do it. So I am gonna take this shade up here, it's called Uptown, and I'm just gonna fill in my brows with the Real Techniques brow brush. Whenever I do go in with straight powder, that's what I use this brush for. It's just really big, really fluffy, and it is just nice to have, honestly. If you just want to get up, get out the house, just fill in your brow. So easy. So this brow is pretty nice, you know, just lightly filled in, but you guys know me, I love drawing in my fake brow hairs. So there is a darker brown down here that I'm going to take with my Sigma E75. And I am just going to do, you know, the regular brow strokes throughout the brow, make it look a little bit more realistic, real, and a little bit more like Jasmine, you know what I mean? I'm loving the soft brow already, so I'm not gonna actually go in with concealer to carve it out. I usually do, but for today, I think I'm just going to leave it because I'm actually just really liking how the powders apply with each other and how it makes my eyebrow look. So as I mentioned earlier, I love my warm tone shadows, but in all honesty, this is more of like a neutral cool, and just the color scheme itself is very reminiscent of Colourpop I Think I Love You, and I don't really use that palette a lot either just because I'm not a big fan of majority shimmer and just a few mattes, but I will actually do my brown smoky eyes because I have been getting a lot of requests to do it, even though I have like a ton of videos on it. I'm just gonna do an updated version with this palette just so you guys can kind of get the gist of what I do personally for myself whenever I do want to go full glam with that brown smoky eye. They're pretty iconic to me, and if you've literally seen me in high school, that's literally all I wore, so it's pretty Jasmine. Okay, so I am going to use the warm tone brown as a transition, and this is just going to help the other color blend into my eye. So I am using my Sigma E40. This is my favorite blending brush, and I am just lightly dusting this in my crease. And I'm also going to bring it up a little higher than I normally would, so that when I do apply the dark brown, you guys can kind of see the distinction or the fade between the two colors. At this point, this is where I like to actually go in with the brown, so I am going to use the dark brown that I use in my eyebrows. And this is on my Sigma E35, and I'm going to look down in a mirror like this and just apply it in the crease. So this brown is actually super pigmented, and I'm actually, instead of just swiping it on, I am just going to pat the color in and then blend it out because I want to make sure that when I blend, it's all going to blend evenly. Wow, this brown is so intense and there's no fallout. Wow, okay. Okay, sis, pop off. The great thing with brown smoky eyes is they're literally so easy. There's so many browns on the market, and even if you don't have an eyeshadow palette, you could do a bronze smoky eye with bronzers or contours. It's literally so easy. So many bronze shades are on the market, and I don't know, it's just a look that I feel like looked great on everybody, and it honestly can be tweaked depending on the depth of brown you're using, which is actually amazing. And I'm using a light that's new that I got for my birthday, and it keeps shutting off and I'm just confused on how to work it, and I threw away the instruction manual and I'm just confused with my life. Bear with me with the lighting situation. I'm still trying to figure everything out to make my videos as nice and crisp and clean as possible with as little tools as I have, because you guys know all of my other filming equipment's at my house. All of my backdrops or like the colored, you know, things are just not with me right now, so I'm just trying to make things work as best as I can. All right, so we are going to go in with a Sigma E40, just a little bit more of Lust right here. Tap that off and then just go right at the edge. I just want the subtle kiss that this shade is here again. So I'm just going to bring that back into the limelight, and then we can move on with the shimmer shade on the eyelid. So this is where I feel like it really makes your eyes pop, that shimmer. Now in high school, I actually used to just wear gold. Like that was my signature look, but now I go more towards a bronze, go figure. And it honestly, I think looks a little bit better. I don't know if you guys can really see the full pigment, but I like to go in with either this middle shade right here or this shade right here. I will do a swatch of both of them. They literally look the same on my fingers, but this one has more of a warm tone effect, and then this one has more of a cool tone effect, like mocha. I am gonna use the cool toned shade because that's something I normally would not do. So we're gonna step outside the comfort zone a little bit, not too far out, and then just use this shade. And I'm just gonna take that on my Juno&Co ES06. You guys know I love this eyeshadow brush, especially for my shimmer shades for my eyelid. It makes everything look absolutely stunning. And then when I get towards the edge of that color, I just pat my brush and it just looks so freaking good. Oh wow, the shimmer is actually so good. So I know some of you guys might be thinking, Jasmine, why don't you do a smoked out liner? I have somewhere to go soon, and I don't have the time to be spending 30 minutes on my eyeliner today. I love the way it looks, but I don't know what it is about smoked out liner. It takes so long, so I'm just gonna go in the easy way and just do my regular liquid liner. This is by Joah, I'm So Fly liner. The reason why I've been using it a lot is because I can tell it's running out of pigment, but she's not all the way done. So I'm just gonna be using this eyeliner until it runs out pretty much. And then I am going to coat my lashes with the Essence Lash Princess. This is just going to prep my lashes for the fake ones that I will be wearing today. Now, whenever I do brown smoky eyes, I always have to do brown eyeliner on the bottom. It just makes sense to me. So this one is the Brownie eyeliner by Marc Jacobs. I am just going to look up into a mirror and just go at it, you know, as much or as little as you want. It's just going to blend in with the shadows and make it look a little bit more dramatic. Oh, and by the way, I know I will get a question about this. Is this like the exact dupe to the Anastasia Sultry palette? Now, I'm very familiar with Anastasia shadows, and this does not feel like Anastasia shadows. If you tried any Prism makeup or Focallure makeup and you really dove into their formulas, this palette has a very similar texture where it's pressed in pretty hard and it's kind of dry in a good way. It's a good dry, but it just doesn't have any fallout. And the metallics are pretty good. So if you're into a similar texture with Prism or Focalure, you'll probably really like this. I genuinely love that formula, so I'm already drawn to it. But if you're comparing it to Anastasia, Anastasia has more fallout. She is a little bit more loosely pressed in, so she has a little bit more, I guess, butteriness, I guess, to it. And depending on her shimmer, not all of her shimmers are metallic, so I'm not sure if these ones are a dead on dupe, but just at a quick glance, this does look like it is a dupe. Lower lash line is going to be the transition shade. I'm just going to messily apply that. You know, you don't really need to be too neat with the transition, because what matters is that dark brown that we are applying right near our lash line. There are so many beautiful shades that I could use for my inner corner. I'm thinking I want to do maybe a pinkish one. That seems pretty fun. So I am going to take that shade Seduction and apply that in my inner corner. I'm gonna throw on my falsies. These are Carlene by ShopMissA. And I just am going to apply the outer corner first and then move on to my inner corner. As far as the eyes are concerned, we are all done, so let's go into the face. Now I am thinking of taking that transition color that I used for my bronzer, and then literally this blush shade is called Blush. I'm gonna use that for blush, and then from highlight, we might use a bit of Seduction, and then we also might use this gold right here called Guilt. This is a pretty good bronzer shade, honestly. Love that. It's just very light. It's almost like barely there, but still pretty visible. And I'm pretty sure, you know, if I were to walk out in public, you know, people would still know that I am wearing bronzer. It's just I would have to really build this shade up if I want to go full force with it. And then that blush shade. Oh, that's really pretty. That's really nice. Wow. So for the highlight, I'm just mixing that gold and light pink shade for my cheeks. It seems to be pretty okay. Not too bad. As far as lip combination is concerned, I have a new lip liner. This is by NYX. This is their Suede Matte Lip Liner, and I have the shade London. I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips. I'm excited because I always wanted to try this, and I just bought it. She's kind of hard in texture. Not as lip suede-y as I anticipated, but definitely true to tone. This is definitely London by NYX. And then for my nude, I'm gonna go in with my favorite nude. I haven't used this in a tutorial in a very long time. MAC Naturally Transformed. This is so nice. And the only thing that we need now is setting spray to lock everything in. So I'm gonna use my Catrice Long Lasting Prime and Fine Mist. Alright, you guys, that wraps up this video. I hope you guys all enjoy. Now, if you guys were ever interested in picking up your own palette, you guys can use the code ThatsSoYin on the Alter Ego website for 15% off. It's not an affiliate link or anything. It's just literally for you guys to get some money off. So I hope you guys really enjoy this look, and I hope you guys enjoy the palette if you do decide to get it. And I will see you guys later. Bye! Peace out, Girl Scouts.